don't hate the poor. I don't hate the broken. I don't hate the traumatized. I don't hate the veteran sleeping under a bridge because the war followed him home and nobody bothered to meet him there. I don't hate the single mother whose life collapsed because the man she trusted disappeared into prison, addiction, or another woman, and left her holding the consequences alone. That's not losing. That's being wounded by reality. What I hate, what I despise, are losers by choice. The kind of people who had every door open, every credential stamped, every advantage handed to them on a silver platter, and instead of building something meaningful, they sold themselves. I'm talking about men like JD Vance, who climbed out of hardship only to turn around and auction his spine to tech billionaires who see human beings as disposable inputs. Not because he had to, but because greed felt easier than integrity. That's a loser. I'm talking about people like Pam Bondi, who already won power, status, a legacy secured, and still chose to burn it all down at the end just to shield Donald Trump, knowing exactly what she was doing, knowing the damage, knowing the cost to the country. That's not loyalty. That's cowardice dressed up as strategy. That's a loser. And then there's Kash Patel, a man clinging to authority he knows he's not qualified to wield. While investigations stall, warnings are missed. And Americans pay the price for ego and incompetence. Holding a title doesn't make you capable. Refusing to step aside when lives are on the line doesn't make you tough. It makes you a liability. And that is the most dangerous kind of loser of all. Because real losers aren't the ones who fall. They're the ones who betray. They're the ones who look at truth and say, I know better, but I want more. They're the ones who confuse survival with selling out, who mistake proximity to power for purpose, who trade conscience for access and then act shocked when history remembers them poorly. I don't hate people who struggle. I hate people who abandon responsibility when it finally lands in their hands. Because the world isn't destroyed by the weak. It's destroyed by the willingly hollow. People who had everything they needed to do, right? And chose to do wrong anyway. That's what a loser is. Not someone who lost the game, but someone who sold the rules, the players, and their own soul just to feel like they won.